All right, everybody. Alaskan Ballistics here. I hope you all are doing well. Excuse the hair. I woke up from a nap. I have just been fledgling tired since Saturday when I got my caribou with a 6.5 Creedmoor. For all you 6.5 Creedmoor haters out there who don't believe in anything that science actually proves and think the world is flat or whatever, sorry, it did knock down the caribou. Looks like Cherry City Guns and Ammo is first. Hey, he says he thinks he beat the gun snob here. All right. Well, hey, people. Hey, what's going on? Anyway, just for the gun snob, I do have a 30-06 versus 270 video planned. I was able to find 2 boxes of Hornady Superformance 130 grain GMX, and we already had the Hornady Superformance 165 GMX for the 30-06, so that's going to be there. Darren Honey, Gun Snob, it's good. Everybody's there. So just so you know, Gun Snob, I'm planning 270 versus 30-06 in the Hornady GMX. I'm not doing the 25-06 because the main man channel won that one, so can't do that one. Plus, I don't know that there is a Hornady GMX Superformance in it, at least not that I've seen on the shelves around here. So that would be interesting. So anyway, those of you that ordered a hoodie, they are in, but these were printed wrong. You notice the lettering is like a lime yellow, light yellow, green, and dark gold scars for the flag. It's supposed to be all the same color. So they're supposed to be shipping out a new one. So if you got one, you got 2 free sweatshirts. You got 1 free sweatshirt. So no, 270 is going to lose, Gun Snob. All right. Cherry City Guns and Ammo, my money's on the 270. You just don't want Gun Snob to drive across the country and kick your butt. I know what it is. Yeah. All right. Last one, Andy, what's up, man? Good evening to you as well, sir. All right. So that's that. But no, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't even got the 270, a scope on the 270 yet. So it's going to be a while before that happens. And it's the Tika T3 with the wood stock, so I'm gonna put some brie wax on it and get several good coats of wax on the outside of that stock, so it doesn't warp in the cold weather here. So anyway, hi, Mystic Guns. I see you haven't beat up the gun stop too much. That's good. Him and I just agree. There you go. Well. There's something about a 165 grain bullet, though, versus a 130 grain bullet. So they're both midweight for caliber, sort of. I mean, 30-06 has such a vast range of weights. You can't even say that. Like 150 grains midweight for caliber. So that's that. I just mentioned to Sandhills I can't talk with y'all much more because I'm a horrible cook. I'm trying to listen to you both, but it's hard to respond while making dinner. There you go. All right. Well, hey, you take care of yourself, Fast Matrix. You make your dinner first, okay? I'm actually kind of hungry right now. My wife made the best caribou burgers today. They had my gluten-free breadcrumbs in them and some spices, and they were the best caribou burgers I think I've ever had. Oh, man, that woman is going to keep getting me fat. All right, I love her, though. So, all right, I'm actually still up to catch you. Yeah, all right, Todd the Gun Guy. It's good to see you. Good evening, Joe Jeffries. I assume you got your shirt. They were printed wrong. I know you ordered one. They're all supposed to be the same color as the stars, so you'll probably get another one in the mail, just so you know. But all gun laws. This would be great if you live in Alaska. You need to wear one of these around. I've got some for some people. I ordered extra. In fact, I ordered the majority of these, but it is what it is. So there. Grizzly Crazy, what's up, man? How are you? It's pretty awesome. So we're gonna see what's going on. All right. Coffee is good. It's not good for me though. Man, beans, me and beans, anything with beans in it. Yep, copy that. Thanks. You're welcome, man. So it is late night gun chat. Looks like it's just me tonight. I did send the link out to other people, but some people like it better when it's just me. So I've been told. So I don't understand why, because I'm pretty ugly. But anyway, we just do whatever you guys want to talk about. So what do you guys want to talk about in the chat? I will say that for all you 6.5 Creedmoor haters out there, man, I absolutely freaking love the round after this weekend. I'm still not going to go take a caribou at 800 yards with it or anything like that. Though, well, maybe I will. I don't know. That Barnes LRX hit right behind her shoulder, tore up both lungs, parts of both lungs, spun, and went out the caribou's top of her back on the opposite side of her shoulder. And man, did it didn't damage near as much meat as my 7 mag, and she got hit like a sledgehammer. I said in the video she whimpered a little bit, and she did, but like she was done for. And yeah, I'm at that point where 6.5 Creedmoor, if you hate it, you're just, yeah, I mean, you like the flat earth and still think you can fall off the edge or something. So I love other calibers. They do a good job too. Don't get me wrong. Like any caliber that you have with a good bullet and a good shot placement is going to do the right thing. It's just that I like that 6.5 Creedmoor. No recoil. Man, it dumped all 1,800 pounds of energy or whatever it had at 282 yards on that animal. And she went kaput. Good evening, 67 Rebel SST AMC. It's good to see you, man. Caleb Milas, I'm a big fan of the 30-06 and the 30-30. There you go. Nothing wrong with those, okay? I wouldn't use the 30-30 in Alaska personally because of the range issues. Like, it's just not flat shooting enough. But 30-06, yeah, it's probably the best all-around caliber there is. Maybe next to the 7 mag. I like the 7 mag, but there is some advantages to the 30-06. I love my 7 rim mag. I've owned a 30-06. It was great. Don't get me wrong. I killed my first caribou with the 30-06. I had a terrible bullet in there, which was the Nasser AccuBond. It just did not open up at whatsoever. It went straight through like a full metal jacket 4 or 5 times. So, all right, give me meat over fire and I do well. But anything else, I pity testing on the pets. Oh, wow. Wow. So, yeah, you need to concentrate on cooking bash matrix, okay? All right. Mill us, don't worry, everyone gets it wrong. There you go. All right. If I plan on building an AR for home defense, any recommendations on companies that build solid uppers? Yes. JT Distributing, Double Star Corporation. Build solid uppers. They're not terrible expensive. I've had 2 guns from them now, and anything that went wrong on them was something I did wrong building them. But even then, I've never had any. Their 20-inch upper I had was the most accurate rifle I've ever shot, and that includes my new Bergara 6.5 Creedmoor. I had a group that was edge to edge, and I had 5 witnesses, but one was my ex-wife. She can't be trusted. But I had 4 other witnesses to the group. I shot a 3-shot group at 100 yards that was 0.277 inches edge to edge. With one of their uppers, and my 16-inch upper is still an MOA shooter. They use the Colt Shaw barrels, and they do great. So JT Distributing would be my number 1 choice. If they're out of stock of everything, I have a couple of Palmetto States. They work fine. They do get sub-inch. The 18-inch that I built my wife and the 20-inch that I built for me, they get sub-inch at 100 yards occasionally. They're do better than, they're normally a 1.5 MOA gun, but they do better than I can shoot them. I'm probably going to get a different barrel for the 20-inch one. So y'all let me know if y'all think that's a good idea or not. But anyway, I would, if they have one in stock, get it. I mean, it's for home defense. It doesn't have to be that half MOA JT Distributing kit. The Rugers are really good ones, and you can actually buy them on CDNN right now. So there is that. So make sure you understand that. So I would do a lot of those, just for an upper. Look at those. And you can always Aero Precision. I just built a 6.5, or I just assembled a 6.5 Creedmoor with Aero Precision Parks. Looks to be very quality so far, in an AR-10. So that's that. 338 for everything. Yeah, I love my 338 Win Mag. If I'm going into bear country where I'm either going to think I might encounter a bear while hunting or something else, or I'm going to just hike and I want the gun for just hiking, I like my 338 Win Mag. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat because there's something about 4,000 foot-pounds of energy. I mean, of course, it's only a quarter of what the Bear produces when they charge, but you get the idea. I like the T-34 space modulator. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Oh, that's a Star Wars reference stuff. All right. Oh, man. All right, you're looking for the Peruvian Mauser, and you're looking for the internal mag. Have you tried Numrich Gun Parts Corp? That would be the only place I'd know to look, and you probably already tried them. So, sorry I don't have enough time to go shooting. Can't wait till I move up in the spring. House is livable now. There you go. When you move up, we'll be going shooting a lot, brother. All right. Just sitting in my garage smoking a Cuba cigar and drinking homemade wine and Kenai. Kenai or Kenya? Kenai is the other way. I thought you meant Kenya the other day. Kenai. LOL, I can't wait to break in my new Creedmoor rifle and use it for hunting. My 30-06 is just too much in Florida. I still love my 700. There you go. There you go. Yeah, the Creedmoor will be probably too much for deer in Florida as well. I mean, if it can flat sledgehammer caribou at 282 yards in Alaska, it's okay for. It's definitely all right for. It's definitely all right for Florida. It'll be fine. All right, not Star Wars. It's Marvin the Martian. Didn't you watch Looney Tunes? Yeah, but who remembers the T-34? I'm like, come on now. Okay. Aero is my next favorite. Next step is Live Free Armory. There you go. Yeah, Aero Precision is great. They are good. So, yeah. So let's talk about this for a second. I just built an 18-inch, 6.5 Creedmoor AR-10, or assembled. Literally, the upper and lower were assembled at the gun store. I bought them separately, filled out the back and check for the lower and everything. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think about 6.5 Creedmoor as a battle rifle round? An intermediate round as a battle rifle round. So, what do you guys think about that? Interesting. It's an interesting idea. I already have the precision rifle rounds. Is 308 probably a better mid-range battle rifle round? Sure. You know, is it a better long-range precision round? No. Okay. What do you guys think about 6.5 Creedmoor? Would you rather run out of the house with a 120 grain 6.5 Creedmoor going 3,000 feet per second, or a 55 grain 223 going 3,000 feet per second? You know, just depends. So, Aero is my favorite. Next up is Live Armory. Yeah. Yeah, you need to call Numrich Gunrich Corporation. Numrich Gun Parts Corporation. There you go. Aero is my next step. Live Free Armory. I haven't heard of Live Free Armory, so there we go. All right. Sorry, my other friend's going hunting with us this weekend. He's texting me his picture of his permit. He wanted to make sure he found it. Yep. That's it. There we go. All right. Looks like Clover Tack is joining us. Clover Tack, what is up, my brother?
Yo.
Not a whole lot. I'm just talking about a 6.5 Creedmoor as a battle rifle round. What do you think? I just built an AR. I think I even asked you about it on your chat the other day, on somebody's chat the other day when you were in. You know, yeah. What would you think is a battle rifle round? 18-inch AR-10. What do you think of 6.5 Creedmoor? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, in normal times, I don't have a 6.5 Creed. I've shot a ton of them. I don't own one yet, but I'm a very opportunistic buyer, so I just haven't found the right price on something, quite honestly. And right now, I'm not going to, probably. But, you know, in normal times, you know, maybe because 6.5 Creed is down there in price, right? And so that was one of the appeals, or has been one of the appeals for a long time. Nothing will, to me, this is my own personal opinion, as far as a battle rifle, it don't get much better than the M1 Garand, followed by the right arm of the free world, the FAL. But, you know, if you're talking about modern battle rifle, I think that the I think the 6.5 Creed, I think the ammunition's getting down, like again in normal times, to a price that, yeah, I mean, it's viable, certainly viable. I don't have a problem with it at all. I think your 18-inch, 20-inch, something in that range. I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't go any longer than 20, and I wouldn't go any shorter than 18. So I think you're right there in the what I would consider the sweet spot, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I got a 24-inch barrel on my Bergara HMR, so it's not like I need the. So I had the 6.5 Creedmoor. I got two bolt actions. I got a friend sold me for $200 a couple of years ago a Savage 116, and that was kind of my wife's hunting rifle for a while, and then I bought the Bergara earlier this year, the HMR, and killed a caribou with that this weekend. I don't know if you saw that video or not, but I didn't get a chance to get everything on film. I just did a talking with afterwards. But, Barnes 127 grain LRX going almost 2,900 feet per second. And at 282 yards, it sledgehammered that caribou. It was a big cow caribou and all that. So here's Caleb Millis saying 6.8 SPC or 243 would be way better, penetrates armor. And I'd probably take my 06 though, because it's what I have. All right. So I don't know that 6.8 SPC is going to penetrate armor better than 6.5 Creedmoor. That's a long action versus a short action. Now 243 with the right bullet might, because it's got speed. But then you put the same size bullet, you put 100 grain, some type of copper core or tungsten core in the 6.5 Creedmoor if you're the military and you got access to that, and you put 100 grain that, and that's going to go right through body armor and level 3.
Yeah, when you're talking body armor, and that's one of the funny things when they talk about the U.S. military and people want to talk this Red Dawn scenario or Civil War scenario or whatever it might be, buddy. There's a lot of folks in this neck of the woods with hunting rifles that ain't gonna care two flips if you're wearing body armor. and 243 is one of those. I hate to tell you, but 243 now 688 SPC, maybe not. Depends on if we're talking SPC or SPC2. Most stuff nowadays is SPC2, but they've cleaned up that designation. I don't even think they distinguish anymore. But if you're an old bogey like me, you remember when it was just SPC because you had to rent a reamer and ream your chamber when the SPC2 came along to be able to shoot heavier projectiles. But yeah, I've got the 6.8 SPC, now SPC2, I guess, technically speaking. And it's akin to, everything I've shot out of it is similar to a 7.62 by 39, and as far as velocity, penetration, carry distance, a lot of other things, man, at 243, I love me a FUD cartridge, and the 243 is one, and it'll get it done for sure.
Yep. And I'm thinking if you had the same bullet construction with 6.5 Creedmoor and a lighter bullet, I think it would do everything a 243 would do as far as penetrating armor.
I think so too.
So I'm not really worried about that. I have an Aero AR-15A1. That's awesome, man. All right. 50 Beowulf will stop a truck. So again, stopping anything is all about penetration to the vitals, whether it's a grizzly bear, a whitetail deer, or a Mack truck.
Yeah. I can stop a truck with a 22 long rifle. I'm just saying.
Exactly. With the tires or the driver, that's what you're shooting for, right? I mean, God forbid that you have to be in that situation.
There was no requirement on how far it would go before it stopped, right? So a radiator would do it.
True. But you're not going to instantly stop a truck with a firearm. That doesn't happen. That's what RPGs and stuff like that are for, and that's why we can't have them, I guess.
Regular vehicle, commercial vehicle. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could put a 50 round in the right spot. That I mean, it would coast or whatever, but it wouldn't go far. I wouldn't think.
No, it would no longer accelerate, anyways, right?
Right.
Yeah, if you had a regular commercial vehicle, sure. So, I just ordered a 24-inch upper and 338 Federal. That is actually what I'm thinking about building next for the 6.5 is building a 338 Federal upper to go on it, because I don't think there's a better grizzly bear defense rifle out there other than the lever action 4570 than a 338 Federal with loaded with the right rounds in an AR-10.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the only issue is is that AR-10 gonna go through the mud and the muck and the water and everything it goes through in here in Alaska and run reliably. So,
yeah,
I
have yet to become a fan of an AR-10. Do not own one. Many AR-15s, especially in alternative calibers, but the weight there's just there's weight issues with the AR-10 that I do not get along with, and I haven't fell in love with anything yet. I'm not saying there's not something out there that I might one day, and there probably is in the $3,000, $5,000, $7,000 price range. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure, yeah. And I just built this Aero Precision, or assembled rather this Aero Precision, and it's nice. But you're right; it would eventually have weight issues. And that's that. So 6.5 is too expensive. I'd rather get twice the training with a 308 than half training with a better cartridge. Than half, I guess he meant half training with a better cartridge. I understand where he's coming from there, but right now I don't see his 308 as more or less expensive than 6.5 where I'm at. I mean, here in Alaska, if you found the full metal jacket, like 7.62 by 51 stuff, either from Federal or Winchester, you're going to find it for $17, $18.99 a box. Okay, that's like $3 over 6.5 Creedmoor, which is $21.99 a box for the cheapest full metal jackets I bought the other day in 6.5 Creedmoor, which is kind of cool. It's the first time I've seen full metal jackets in 6.5 Creedmoor. So
I've seen, before it got crazy, I've seen some 6.5 Creed around here for less than $15 a box, $12, $13 a box, maybe, which is right there with 308.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to call your bluff on this one, Miles. I like you. Thank you for joining the chat. But if you already have 308, and that's the ammo price is one of the reasons why they went 6.5 instead of 308. 308 is a better battle rifle cartridge, in my opinion. Better, full size battle rifle cartridge. But I already had 6.5, so I don't have to right now with an ammo crisis. Why would you differentiate so many different calibers?
That's true.
Unless you already had a bunch of different calibers where if you could find one, you could shoot the other. But why would you go buy a bunch of different calibers that you may not be able to get ammo for? I'm at the point where, hey, for me, 6.5 is a better economic alternative than 308. Had I had a 308 in the stable and a bunch of rounds already stored up, heck, I would have gone 308. So this is my first time assembling one. Would you recommend YouTube as a resource and make sure everything is assembled correctly? Also, 6.5 or 5.6? 5.56. If you can get ammo, I'd go 5.56 just because so much common ammo laying around out there. If you need more ammo, if you're in the spot where the zombie Russian Chinese apocalypse is parachuted over and COVID-19 has turned them all into zombies, if you're in that spot and you need more ammo, there's going to be 5.56 laid on the ground. If you want to hunt with it, the 6.5 Grendel, now we're talking about the 6.5 Grendel on an AR-15 receiver. The 6.5 Creedmoor will not work. It has to take the AR-10 receiver. The 6.5 Grendel would be a better hunting cartridges for whitetail and stuff. That being said, I have killed 6 whitetail deer with a 223 AR-15 with 55 grain VMAX ammo, most of it hand loaded, and I put the bullet right there every time. Okay, I only used it for shooting does over food plots. I'd take a bigger caliber if I was hunting in the thicker woods. So, I I would say go 5.56. Just for that. Now, if it's a SHTF gun, home defense gun, you already said it was a home defense gun. 6.5 Grendel is going to put a few more foot-pounds of energy on, make a bigger hole, and penetrate a little bit deeper with expanding ammo. So if it's purely home defense, you might, and you can find the ammo, you might go 6.5 Grendel, but I'd still recommend 5.56. You can still have the 60 grain TSX. I mean, you want to obviously use something expanding in there as well. So we got a super chat, Multi-Drider. Thank you. He's not his first super chat. Have you been following the 7.5 Burno? And if so, what thoughts you have? I have been. I like the idea. The pistol is cool. The main one I watched was Tau Fledermaus's, which he used my music in. So all of you that haven't gone and subscribed to my music channel yet over there on YouTube, Boss Custom Music Writing, go subscribe to my music channel. And he actually used some of my music for the background in that. But I like it. I think it's cool. I don't think I could get the ammo here in Alaska as of yet. And I haven't seen the guns, and I don't know how expensive the firearms themselves are. If they're pretty expensive, then they'd be kind of hard. But I like the caliber. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's, a souped up 357 SIG or even more, So, hey, that'd be cool. I'd like to see a longer barrel version for woods carry kind of thing up here. But yeah. So that's that. Yeah, why not? So it looks like he was asking 6.5 Grendel or 6.5 Creedmoor on that. All right, Caleb Millis, this is the second thing you said. The 6.8 SBC2, I'm assuming, will penetrate level 4 armor. I have never seen that. I mean, it would have to use armor-piercing ammunition that civilians can't generally get. Yeah, that's bogus. I don't know where.
If 7.62 by 39 won't do it, then it's very unlikely 6.8 will.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a slower bullet, larger profile than 5.56, and that's that. So,
but projectile makes a world of difference. We got to keep that in mind.
It does. So I always tell people shot placement and bullet construction, caliber doesn't matter, and that's true even with 6.8. But in 6.8 to get 6.8 to do that, you would need to be shooting a 90 grain or a 70 grain. And it needed to be going extremely fast, and it have to have some type of core that holds together for it to go through. Mostly, probably an armor-piercing core, but at least an all-copper bullet, like a 70 or 90 grain. So, yeah, you're gonna have to, Caleb Millis, you're gonna have to put a link to that somewhere where we can believe you, because I just don't. I've never seen that test. So anyone heard Biden's plans or Biden's plans to pass executive order forbidding guns and ammo sale on the internet? Well, I got news for you. Citizens of the United States don't have to obey federal executive orders by the president. So that's not a big deal. Kamala Harris said if she were president, she'd by executive order ban AR-15s on the first day she was in office. Yeah, okay. Who's going to come enforce that? The ATF, the local police? Yeah. Good luck with that.
It's going to be hard to hold up to the scrutiny of the courts, for sure. Something like that. I mean, first of all, with it being an executive order. Second of all, with something as far-reaching as that and implications it could have on anything. Now, a realistic scenario is what I've been talking about, because people like to throw out these grandiose schemes and conspiracies and ideas, right? And it's like, let's be more realistic about looking at things, because that's more tactful. And I think something more realistic would be kind of like we see in California or something of that nature, where, they do some type of executive order. Don't think, as long as Republicans keep the Senate, I don't think there's any hope of legislation. But as far as an executive order, possibly could do something along the lines that says ammunition. Firearms already have to go, to an FFL dealer. If you buy them from Buds or Classic or Grab a Gun or wherever, to have an executive order that says ammunition has to go to an FFL dealer, right? That would be a more realistic scenario. Still horrible and something that I think we need to fight regardless. But yeah, the all-out forbidding, that's horrible. Or getting rid of all of it together. I don't.
That's a ballsy move.
That's tough, man. It's got implications on a lot of things and a lot of industries.
Yeah. So once you open that door, now, I mean, Trump did it though with the bump stocks. He banned them all together. He got the ATF to rewrite now.
But he had the what is the word? The opportunity was there with just changing a definition, and I don't know that that's the case with.
No, it's not, but
you know what I mean?
it's still the same. It's still kind of the same thing. Whereas, Trump didn't want these, so he took them away.
Found a way to do it. Yeah.
Found a way to do it. And so he's given precedent to whoever the president is next. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it is Trump on the minute chance that he will win or it is Biden, there's a precedent there that the ATF can change laws. And
let's not fool ourselves. The whole executive order thing didn't start with Trump. It won't end with Biden. That was set in motion by I don't know who a very, very, very long time ago. But it was one of those cases of we're in power, we're going to do this, and not realize the implication of setting a precedent. And that's what I really, really hate when politicians, legislators, there's certainly a lot of our leaders. I'm not going to mention them in that frame for sure, but when they do things because they're the party in power without the foresight of seeing what happens when things switch, that aggravates the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, back to Caleb Millis. Engine block is what I'm talking about. 50 Beowulf will go through it, no problem. With the right bullet, yeah, sure. All right, if you had a steel core bullet, 50B and G will not stop a truck. It will disable one, maybe two cylinders at best. Yeah. All right. All right. Excuse me. Anyone here sell 9mm ammo? LOL. No, we're not allowed to sell ammo on YouTube. That's the thing. So
with a right mind would sell any anyway. What a silly question.
Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty sure he's joking. So
yeah. But I did talk to a gentleman today. I had a gentleman call me, older gentleman that does have some guns and ammo. He's asking me about stuff, and he's like, thinking about getting rid of some stuff. You think right now is a good time? And I'm like, yeah, if you're really wanting to turn loose of some stuff, yeah, now's probably the time. I'm gonna go visit with him in the next few days, get an inventory of what he's got, and pass the word around locally.
And there you go. All right. Well, if you see something that'll stop a bear, you got my number. Give me a call.
Right.
All right. So, all right. The AR-10 is a great SASS. And for those of you who don't know, that means semi-auto sniper system. If done upright, other than that, it is a little heavy. Mine actually isn't too bad if I do it right. If I don't put a huge heavy scope on it and stuff, mine's not that bad with an 18-inch barrel. It does have a really heavy bull barrel on the 18-inch barrel, so I'm thinking about getting that fluted or buying a fluted barrel of some kind. So that's that. All right. That's how I'm picking my next rifle. What's left on the shelf? There you go. All right, but the question is, will it be left on the shelf next week? Yeah. Yeah, I see. I was thinking of getting a 6.5 Creedmoor, but I haven't seen anything near where I am. There you go. If it's not available in your area, there you go. To be honest with you, it was the last thing available here in Alaska because people don't think it's powerful enough for Alaska. And they are wrong, as long as you're talking about like caribou and black bear and stuff like that. And you're talking big brown bear and you're talking, moose. And people have done it. I've talked to people that say they've done it, but it wouldn't be my first choice. Big brown bear, I'm still going 338 or 4570. All right, 6.5 Grindle. After the king of ARs, you have after you have 2, 2, and 3. Get the 5.56 so you can shoot both 5.56 and 23. 6.5 Grindle. Check out Johnny Reloading Bitch. He did a wicked reloader, Spirit Gold Dot load. Dropped 2 deer with it. There you go. Sad I can only hear this while jumping between you and sandhills with greasy fingers. I'm a 308 over 6.5 fan from my area. Yeah, that's Yeah, definitely possible. I actually, for like a battle rifle or short range deer hunting in like Kentucky or Georgia, where you're not going to shoot over 50 yards most of the time, yeah, 308's a better round. Hey, don't get me wrong here. All right. The FK guns are 1,000 plus. Okay, the FK Burno, yeah. Yeah, so guess who's not getting one anytime soon? You think about it as a 350 Legend as long as you don't do long shots. It's 20% more muzzle energy than that 30-30. And Walmart has boxes of 145 grain FMJ for $9 box every time I've been there. There is something to say about the 350 Legend for that. If you're looking at something in an AR for hunting, or even home defense. I mean, 9 shots is 9 shots, but don't get me, or 10 shots in the mag, whatever's there. But geez, I mean, with the soft point bullet that they have for $20, I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, you're going to spend $20, $25 on ballistic tip or soft point ammo for a 5.56. So why not with the 350 Legend and put in a 150 grain or 140 grain bullet and something going, 1,800, 1,900, 2,100, whatever it's going out of the AR. So it's a good little caliber. What do you think about a 350 Legend AR, Clover Tack? How many do you have? All right, he's not here for a second. So
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, what do you think about a 350 Legend AR? Do you have one?
I do not have one in an AR. I don't know about that. I do kind of want one in a bolt rifle. I've often thought a lever rifle would be kind of neat. Very similar to that 30-30 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And for states that use straight wall, that's obviously, or have to have, let's say use, they have to have straight wall because infringements. But one thing about 350 Legend, with all the crazy going on right now, I see that on the shelves around here still. I mean, literally, there will be like a box of seven mag, a box of 300 mag, and like 4 boxes of 350 Legend. And I'm thinking, man, I wished I had a 350 Legend just for that reason.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a cool cartridge. I like it in an AR platform because it gives you the straight wall in an AR platform and gives you like defense. But it is something, and plus you can find those soft points. I mean, that's a 10-round home defense gun right there. It's a rifle over a handgun. So as long as you don't like your neighbors that much, why not? Nope, I have an F450. Runs on 6 cylinders. It has sticky injectors. Runs on 6. But I understand that if metal shreds it, it might stop if you break connecting rod. Chances of that minimal truck moving. Okay, there you go. All right, we're still arguing about the truck and stuff that there. All right, the MK262 mod series from Johnny. Yep, there you go. How many moose kills in AK this year? Not sure where to find it. Should be on the Alaska Department of Fish and Game's website. I'll have to look that up. So, military black tips are the fun ones we can't get. Yeah, now 6.8 SBC, but that's because of the bullet, not because of the cartridge. So it's not because of how much powder is behind it. It's because of the projectile itself. So yeah, I can get that. It was a video from CRS Firearms. So yeah, exactly. So all right. Try to give love to love without destroying dinner at Clover Tack. I'll have to watch later to see what I missed in between.
You talk about projectiles. I've got some 224 projectiles here that I bought years and years and years ago. They had them, seen them on Gunbroker, and I bought them, and then they disappeared. I bought a couple thousand, and then they disappeared off a Gunbroker. And I had a buddy later on that he was talking about. He's seen them on Gunbroker, but he never got any. And the reason they took them off is that they were afraid that they were like illegal to own. And that's not the case, but they're illegal to import anymore.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they're tungsten core. And at 100 yards in a 5.56, I can load them. They will pierce railroad steel,
There you go.
railroad iron at 100 yards, man. It's crazy. With a 5.56.
Okay, the NFA, Brass Tard 762, the NFA, GCA, Hughes are all illegal and don't have to be followed, yet most everyone does, and 99.9% of cops enforce those types of things. It will be the same for new gun control. Not by executive order yet. I don't see that happening by executive order. Yeah, there'll be some cops who enforce it. There'll be some judges who go by it. But if things are banned by executive order, I don't see it happening yet.
Depends a lot on what state you're in and things like that.
Yeah, I don't see the local cops in Alaska or the Alaska State Troopers coming to my house if Kamala Harris, the day that she becomes president, bans AR-15s and AK-47s by executive order like she's claimed. I don't see the state troopers of Alaska coming to my house and taking mine. Don't see it happening. So, yeah.
By the way, I love that. I love that name. By the way, there.
Brass Tard 762. Yeah, that's good. Is federal agents going to come to my house? Possibly. Is the military going to come to my house? Possibly. But is the local law enforcement? I just don't see it happening. And most of the military guys know that this is wrong too. Here in Alaska, that's not going to happen. The sheer
logistics of door-to-door confiscation are mind-boggling. So, yeah. The way that all of this works is dribs and drabs. So what's going to happen is, they'll do this. And depending on the area you're living in, some areas it's not going to affect you at all, like you're talking about. But even in areas, let's say a California or a Illinois or a New York or a, one of those states, what's happened is your neighbor is going to call in on you because of your loud music. And when the cops show up and you've got an AR there or whatever, then you're in trouble. So it'll be kind of like they use with the whole the felon with a firearm now. That's a tacked on charge. They're arresting usually the felon for some other thing that he's done. And then they find out in the process of him attempting to rob another store, which he's already been to prison for, that he has a firearm. So it's a tacked on charge. And I think that's what you'll see, if anything.
Yeah, I agree. If they're really, really wanting to get them all, per se, they'll do things like pick up your kids from school and hold them at DFACs until you turn them in. But they're not going to – coming door to door is, shoot, the Boogaloo Boys, they dream about that. That's their wet dreams. So, I just don't see them coming door to door in every case. Now, they might do a few times where they go door to door to make people think it's happening.
Right.
But I don't think they're going to do, like the majority of you said, it's going to be a tacked-on charge. Oh, he shot a guy coming into his house. He used an AR-15 instead of a shotgun. Boom, we're going to charge him. Mm-hmm. That's that.
Even if it's a legit shoot, right? Like,
correct.
Somebody was legit breaking in on you. You defend your home and your family, but then when the cops show up, hey, you're not supposed to have that. So, we're going to take you to jail.
Yep.
Which in some places they do that anyway, right? So
exactly. Yeah. So hello from Fairbanks. There you go. Nice to see you, man. That's what I meant. They want to do the same thing as California. Yes, they do. ATF banned open bolts on their own. There you go. They did. I shoot Lee for level 4 armor with the 6.8. It did not penetrate. There you go. I don't think with civilian rounds it would. I bet on day one, Biden signs gun bans. Yep, I agree. Oh, well, we don't have to obey them because we do not have to obey an executive order of the President of the United States. It's that simple.
There will be stays. I got to figure with the Pro 2A organizations we got, the Second Amendment Foundation and the Firearm Policy Coalition and just all these others. You got to figure that the ink won't even be dry and there'll be lawsuits filed. And hopefully stays put in play or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it'd be great if the bump stock ban court makes it to the Supreme Court before then, so that, and that's just pure fantasy on my part. It's not going to happen, but so that they can overturn legislation by the executive branch. The executive branch is carried out to follow the law and make sure everybody else follows the law, but they are not there to make the law. And if the law is unclear, then that law should be referred back to Congress and say it's unclear. What did y'all mean? Or referred to the judiciary if it's unclear. But it's not. Yeah, it's not that.
Well, the president is the head of obviously the executive branch, right? And to pare that down into local terms, the president is essentially the sheriff. If you look at your county. So what if you had a sheriff that just made up crap and arrested people? You know what I mean?
They're illegal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We have a video up detailing EO set forth and how the Constitution was changed. Cool. If one of my moderators will find that video and from TGS source and put it in the chat, we'll watch it. Yeah. So why not? Yeah. Put the link in the chat, guys. Vanessa Kitty says in firearms emergency proclamation on day 1 too. Yeah. Oh, of course he's going to. Whatever. All right. He wants to solidify his power. And all we're going to do is laugh at him. I really like the 6.5 Grendel round. I can use Wolf military classic rounds. Before all this bull crap happened, it was about $6 per box. There you go. Wow. That's nice. I've been thinking about thinning out the safe myself. There you go. 6.5 Grendel is awesome. IMO 330 yards, and it walked all over 223. Yeah. It's going to be more powerful, bigger bullet, going fast. Not going faster than 223, but there you go. I've got a Smith & Wesson M&P 10 and 308. For 308, it really isn't a heavy rifle. It's less than 9 pounds with 3 to 9. There you go. Yeah, the Smith & Wesson's actually a pretty nice rifle. I like it. There you go. Darth Yogi is there you go. Darth Yogi is talking from experience there on the Steyr. All right, there you go. What is a box of 270 Barnes LRX going for in Alaska? Between 40 and 50 bucks.
That's a good answer, though.
Yeah, the LRX. I haven't actually bought the LRX in 270 in a while. I've just bought the Hornady GMX that were like $50 or between $40 and $50 a box. I could get 2 of them at Sportsman's. They had a two box limit on everything at Sportsman's Warehouse.
Makes me thankful I reload.
Yeah. I'm just waiting on a reloading bench. I've got everything for 9mm and 5.56 right now, and I got the powders, I got the primers, I got everything, bullets. I'm waiting on just a reloading bench. Me and Buddy are supposed to build one. I've contacted a few people on Facebook Marketplace that had old workbenches, but nobody's contacted me back yet, so we'll see. Probably around 40 bucks. Yep, there we go. It is. I love the Barnes LRX, though. That 127 grain in the 6.5 Creedmoor really did its job. The 139 grain in the 7 mag has done its job. That thing, 459 yards, one shot through the shoulder and heart of that caribou. Golly, that thing, she dropped like a rock at 459 yards with that 7 mag a couple of years ago. So, what about a 45 Raptor in an AR platform? I haven't looked that up. You know anything about the 45 Raptor?
Yeah, it's pretty neat cartridge. It's very niche, but yeah, similar. I looked into several of the Raptor cartridges back when around the time I was playing around with 458 SOCOM. A little bit after that, but they're okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking it up right here. Let me share my screen. Yeah. I'm used to sharing my screen on Zoom, not on here. So let's look it up here. I think we did this the other day. It looks like it's made for an AR-10, so not an AR-15. Yep, straight wall series. There we go. It's made for India, Michigan, Iowa, and Delaware, places that have that. Celebrating 5 years of production, over 2,000 barrels produced, and hundreds of thousands of rounds of native brass and ammo delivered. All right, so I believe my issue with it was when you get down to the cost. If you don't hand load and you buy their ammo, the cost is like, it's ridiculous how much a box of 20 is. Like, and there's the 45 Raptor. There's also like a 475 Raptor or something like that.
Mhm.
Let's see, just the brass alone here.
Starline, that's it, probably.
Yeah. Okay. So Starline doesn't look like Starline's making it anymore.
Yeah, yep. Looks like that sucks. Well, with everything going on right now, it makes you wonder. Starline does those. Um, this is where it's great for certain companies, and Starline's one of those companies to be signed up to their newsletters or whatever, because Starline, especially if you do, and I do a lot of weird, obscure, obsolete type calibers, and Starline will run batches of those, right? But they don't
Right.
do them all the time. So if you're on
Right.
their newsletter list, you know, that's where it's good, because if you're looking for something and they run a batch, they'll usually throw out a newsletter and say, "Hey, we're running a batch of these, and to jump over there and get some."
There you go. It looks like they do have them. Just the brass, 250 pieces of brass is $201. So you're paying over 50 cents, over a dollar. Well, what about
Almost a dollar.
almost a dollar per round per piece of brass? So 80 cents each there. Looks like you can get it down to 55 cents each just for the brass. And I know the loaded ammo. I've seen this company before. There's a couple other Raptors. I think it's the 375 Raptor. Am I not mistaken? Yeah, they've got some issues there. So yeah, that's that. So that's what I think about that.
I think that 450 Raptor was supposed to be. They were looking for that 350 Legend market, I think, with the straight wall states when they threw that out there, and unfortunately,
There you go. Shot a Kevlar helmet with a 145 grain full metal jacket, 350 Legend, and it penetrated both sides. Yeah, it should. Definitely no reason. I mean, the Kevlar helmets are rated to stop a 44 Magnum. So yeah. Guns are bad. You're only sitting here tonight, Dylan B, because men with guns went and protected your rights overseas, protected you. Guns are not inherently bad. We went over this last week, okay? I don't know who you think you are and why you're coming in my chat, but you are absolutely, completely wrong. Guns are not good or bad, okay? They can be a lot of fun in the right hands. They can be a lot dangerous in the wrong hands, okay? Okay? People are good or bad. And if you don't understand that, you're freaking retarded. I mean, get your head out of your anus retarded. That's how dumb you are if you don't understand that. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but actually, I'm not sorry to say it that way. You're freaking retarded, okay? Okay? Report me to YouTube or whatever. I don't care, okay? You have a Second Amendment to protect your rights. And if you don't understand what that means, then you are just you're a sick human being. Okay, Hitler took away all of the private owned guns by citizens, and that's what he did. Okay, Mao Zedong, again, same thing. All of these dictators took away the citizens' rights to own guns. Okay, if you want to live in a dictatorship, go ahead and turn in all your guns. Go ahead and make me turn in all my guns. That's how you get into a dictatorship. Okay. Quit being freaking retarded, Dylan B. This is the second week you've come in here and do it. You're absolutely freaking retarded. Okay? Excuse me, retarded's a bad word to use. You're absolutely freaking retarded. Okay? So I'm going off on people like that. I don't care anymore. So call me crazy, Clover Dak, but he's wrong, and he's in here trolling, and he knows it. And you know what? Screw him. All right, get your anti-American, anti-freedom self out of here. All right, 350 Legend is awesome over here on the East Coast. Been used well in Ohio. I know runs a 355 bullet. So cheap to reload, but if you got brass and primers, I'm looking for a barrel cheap or a bolt gun in it cheap. There you go. Yep.
I wasn't sure what bullet it ran. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a 358 like everything else.
I just never looked it up. I didn't assume anything one way or the other. I just never looked it up.
Yeah, well, you can't get 355 right now, so good luck.
Oh, I probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to get anything
Running with scissors is bad. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I would agree.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know that it's bad. It's definitely not a smart idea.
There you go. Yep. Let's see. It would be the National Guard, not the military, not the police, and I would love to just meet the POS that would just following orders, thinking it would be the National Guard and other troops. Yeah, I don't even think it's going to be that. It's going to be, like Clover said, tack on, or if they really want to turn in all AR-15s, they're going to pick up these children from school and force them to turn in, and that would be bad, because then people are going to go down there with their AR-15s and get their children out.
Well, I mean, some states might, I guess. I mean, we're talking about, is it possible and is it plausible, right? Two totally separate things. And
right.
So is it possible that some states could, activate the National Guard to do something like that? Sure. I mean, it's totally possible. But at the same time, is it plausible? And especially for states like here in Texas, I mean, we're not going to activate the National Guard to go confiscate guns. That's not happening.
No. And even in California, there are a lot of good freedom-loving people in California stuck in a red parts of the state that's controlled by the big cities, right? Mm-hmm. Same things here in Alaska. There's some blue parts of our state that control it. Juneau and Anchorage. And those people are the people that are in the National Guard. I mean, you got to think about it. Like, the National Guard is getting called up to go confiscate guns. I'm pretty sure people are not reporting for duty, or people are arresting their commanders, or stuff like that's going on. Like, good luck with that. Especially in places like Texas and Alaska, but even in California, that's going to be like, you'd have infighting amongst the National Guard if that happened. What do you think?
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. I'm not really ashamed we're even talking about gun control of any sort. Yeah, there you go. All right. The only gun control you need to know is where to point your gun and how to control it properly. So.
Yep. Use both hands.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with this. As long as machine gun bans, prohibited possessor laws, import bans, and such remain the law of the land, 2A is just a privilege, not a right. Effectively, yes. It is not just a privilege. It is a right. I know what you're saying, okay? But effectively, he's right there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're going to get any disagreement except from Dylan B. All right. All right. Caleb Milas, I need to build a better door. There you go. True 7.62. If you're on a PC, you can use the @ symbol before the name, and it works on a mobile. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, Darth Yogi out there is trying to comprehend the orange highlighter thing there and how it works.
Yep. And only that person sees it, right? I believe.
Now, who's this that has a 7.5 AR pistol?
Grizzly Crazy. A 7.5 AR pistol. I'm assuming it means barrel length. And home defense. Okay.
I was freaking a little bit there. I was like, what?
Yeah. 77 grain open tip match bullet in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'd be fun, but I have not used that for home defense. I want something, that open tip match is not going to rip apart out of that barrel length. And, I don't want something that's, I want something that's going to penetrate. I keep the 16-inch next to the bed, but
that length of 70, that length of 77 might even keyhole, so that might be nasty.
That's true. There is some truth there. Yeah. So.
I know I do that with like on coyotes, man. I'll load a 168 in my 308 subsonic,
Oh.
and dude, it stabilizes. Of course, I'm shooting. I've cut down my coyote rifle's a Ruger American, and I cut the barrel down to 16 inches and threaded that way. Overall length with my suppressor, right? Just to cut that down because the added length not important. I'm shooting subsonic, and anyway, it stabilizes and everything, but dude, when it hits, it goes in, it goes to tumbling, and it don't matter what projectiles I do, subsonic they don't open, But
Right.
that tumble is crazy.
Yeah. I used to load for coyotes. We actually loaded it for home defense loading shotguns, right? Kind of a crap hits the land load. We had a bunch of it loaded up. We used to put either three double-aught buck pellets or 8 number 4 buck pellets, and load on top of it 3/4 of an ounce of copper-plated number 4 turkey shot, bird shot, right? And we hunted in Georgia. We had all these small food plots. The coyotes would just run right across at night. You couldn't get a rifle on them,
right.
But geez, I mean, even out to 50 or 60 yards with a full choke, I mean, or an extra full turkey choke and a flashlight, and just boom. You talk about absolutely devastating on coyotes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're pretty thin skinned. It really doesn't take much on a coyote.
No, it doesn't. So I mean, it was easier and quicker to aim than an AR-15 and getting it on target and that kind of thing. So we took about 28-inch barrel shotguns with a flashlight on it. It's and we just load it to a 2 3/4 inch shell in a high brass load, right?
Right.
And so that would be absolutely devastating.
We'll typically live bait with like an old rooster or something if when we really get serious. And so and we'll set up, and my 308 is literally a pellet guns. A lot of pellet guns are louder than my 308 when I'm shooting subs, right?
Right.
And we're talking suppressed, of course, not just subs, but and it's set up the thermal. And so we'll set up in a way where, wind's not a factor, all this other stuff. And then you'll get a pack of coyotes that get after and it's up in a tree, hanging up in a tree. They can't get to it, but it riles them up. You know how coyotes get, and they'll bite at each other when they get riled up and all kinds of, hooping and hollering. And when they do that, dude, with this bolt action, I can take down 3 or 4 of them easily before they ever figure out what's going on. Cause they're making so much noise. They don't hear what little report there is.
There you go. That sounds like fun.
Oh yeah.
I need to come with you and do that sometime. Next time I'm down that way.
It's hilarious, man, because one of them will yap, and they're all yapping, right? So you'll hit one, and it'll yap because it just got shot, but they didn't hear anything. So the other ones will look at it like, he's flopping around on the ground, and they're like, "What's your problem?" It's pretty funny.
There you go. All right. Okay. 450 Bushmaster is better. I would agree over the 45 Raptor just because you can find the ammo, you can find the brass, you can find the uppers, you can find the parts.
Yeah.
And you make the brass out of 308 cases, if you want to.
Yeah. 450 Bushy is a good round.
Yeah.
It's proven at this point.
Yeah, definitely agree. It's around to stay. Dang. I am not caught up with the chat. All right. 240 grain Woodley well core for my 300 Weatherby hand load. Ooh, there you go. Wow, that's a heavy bullet for 30 caliber.
Dude, I love my 300 Weatherby Magnum. And that's what I'm super glad I reload for, because that stuff's expensive.
Oh, gosh. Is that $60, $70, $80 a box? When you can find it in non-Weatherby boxes? Non-Weatherby ammo? All right. All right, man. Y'all are just Dylan is just a troll looking for attention. I know. I gave him the attention. He was seated. All right. Can't have my guns, but they can get the bullets. There you go. Guns don't kill people. People keep people. Yep, absolutely. Chat being chat. There we go. Wow. Okay. Yo, what's up? No Graves? Nice to see you. All right. Yep. FML blame Corona. There you go. There we go. Okay, a lot of y'all are talking about how the name gets highlighted. So when you type at and somebody's name, it highlights them in the chat, okay? And it's meant to get their attention. They only see it on their end. You don't see it on your end. That's the way it works, okay? So there we go. All right, back to a gun question here. Caught up. I got a 357. There you go. Which 357 do you have? I love my 357 Magnum. I didn't think I would like that gun, and when Ruger sent it back, whew, I love that gun. You see that gun, Clover? Man.
Which one was it?
It was my GP 100. I bought it used and sent it off after it didn't get velocity in a 6-inch barrel, and they replaced the barrel, replaced the cylinder, and sent it back in Ruger Wrangler bronze. GP 100. So. Yeah.
And what caliber? I don't guess I did.
357 Magnum. Yeah.
I really like the, and I don't own a GP 100 or a 101. I really like both of those.
Yeah.
Almost bought one. I don't even remember which one in a 22. Once upon a time, almost. And I opted for something else, and then the next time I went to the local gun shop, of course, it was gone. Obviously.
There you go. Yeah.
I own a lot of Rugers, but Blackhawks, Vaqueros, they old P90 series stuff. But
yeah, those are pretty good guns for the money. They're ugly as crap though. Good Lord.
Yeah.
But here again, so are Glocks. I like my Beretta APX, but at first it looks ugly. Like that grows on.
That's what I said. I don't kick any of them out of bed, man. I for the longest now, like I said, I'm an opportunistic buyer. I'm going to buy something that is, with an investment mindset. I'm buying it, knowing that I could buy it and 5 minutes later make money off of it if I wanted to, And those are usually the type of deals that I jump on and buy stuff.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I'm at the point now where I don't need any more guns in my collection. There's some things I'd like to have for the channel, and I'd love to do that. So,
well, a long time ago, I'm blessed. It's my wife understands the perspective. First of all, I've never spent money that the kids needed diapers or we needed baby food, and I bought a gun. You know what I mean?
Right.
So. Yeah. That aside, my wife understands. I mean, I tell the story all the time about Academy, for those that aren't aware of Academy Sports and Outdoors. But anyway, they used to have some really good sales. I haven't bought one there in years, but they had a really good sale one time, and I bought 12 guns in 24 hours. I went on Friday, and while I was there to buy the 4 or 5, that was, they had some stuff on clearance. And so I ended up going back to the next day and buying 6 or 7. But my wife does not throw a fit when I bring something new home. Never has. In fact, she'll make the reference that I'm adding to my life insurance policy. Basically, it's the way she looks at it. So she's like, whatever. And the cool thing about that, it's unlike a real life insurance policy, a legit life insurance policy. Or investments in stocks, bonds, whatever it might be. It's something you can enjoy while you own them. You know what I mean? So, investing in firearms is awesome.
My first three, RTAC and Daughters. Okay, good to see you in the chat. I hadn't seen you in the chat before. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh,
My first,
sweet.
my first 357 was a Ruger Blackhawk. There you go. Those are fun.
You know, RTAC, I've known RTAC for a while. They
Cool.
pretty good channel. So go check them
Okay.
out if anybody gets a chance.
Yeah, if you're one of my mods, go find RTAC's channel. Put the video link, put his channel link in the chat, so everybody can go check him out. So I'll have to go check them out. So
you know, occasionally we'll do that on my Thursday show. We'll do we need to do one. It's about time we do another one. We do a little promotion and review thing where I let viewers pick some channels that, you know, and we kind of critique the channel and promote them and things like that. And it's been months and months ago now, but somebody suggested RTAC and Daughters, and
there
yeah,
you go.
been friends ever since, I guess, or however you want to word it.
There you go. I love the pistol I got from my girlfriend. It's a Shadow System MR920 Elite. So beautiful. There you go. Yeah, those are fun little pistols, fun little Glock combos. I've picked them up. They're really lightweight. For a Glock 19 size, they're really lightweight. I love my standard Glock 19 Gen 4. I'm not going to get rid of that thing. Got it in a deal from Chook. Imagine that, from Chook trading guns so much, but you know, oh well, it's my benefit. So, okay, so I have a choice to buy a Tikka T3X and 270 or 300 Win Mag. Should I get a 300 blue barrel and black stock, or 270 stainless barrel, black price, in California, $679 for Win Mag or $799 for 270? You should get the 270. Here's why. I love 300 Win. Don't get me wrong, but that the black stock that they have, it is about a ½ inch to an inch, if I remember correctly, too short for me, and I'm short and fat. So if it's too short for me, it's going to be too short for a tall person, right? And even with a 3.5 to 4 inch eye relief scope, I would get scoped every time. Put a limb saver recoil pad on it, made the problem worse, because now the limb saver is a fulcrum for the gun to go up. You know, didn't feel bad against my shoulder, but I would get scoped every time. That was with the Nikon and the Leupold and the Vortex. I got rid of the rifle. You know, I can't. I tuck in tight to my rifles. I'm not this hold my head back here kind of guy. Like, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to tuck in, lean forward, and that thing will do that. It doesn't happen in 30-06. It doesn't. I'm assuming it's not going to happen in the 270 we bought. If you buy the 300 Win Mag, buy the wood stock. Find a wood stock for it, because their wood stock has the raised cheek piece and it's a little bit longer, has a good recoil pad on it already. So if you buy the 300 Mag, that's the way to go. And you know, you don't have anything in California you need a 300 Win Mag for. So I mean, I know there's some elk somewhere in California. I know there's some brown bears somewhere in California. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think you can hunt the brown bears in California, can you? They're not. Got me. Yeah, I don't know. You know, good luck proving it self-defense in California too, right?
Well, I'm not recoil sensitive, or I don't count myself as recoil sensitive at all. But, you know, anytime somebody says 270, I do flinch a little bit. I don't know what it is about the recoil pulse, and it's the pulse. It's a very sharp. It just, if I have a problem with any caliber as far as recoil, and I got the 50 and I got 45-70 and I got them all, like I said, 300 Weatherby Magnum, even the 270 just has to me, it's irritating. It's an irritating recoil pulse. And I don't know why.
Yeah. It's packing all that powder in a small diameter is what it is. And that's why the 30-06 is better if Cherry City Guns and Gun Stop are still watching. If you have a chance for Darth Yogi for a 30-06, I would go that route, because he is right about the recoil impulse on a 270. There is a little bit of a sharpness to it for what you're shooting. That being said, if I shoot the 270 right after I shot my 338 Win Mag, not an issue. So,
right. Yeah. No, it's a perspective thing for sure. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And so that's that. So, and Caleb Millis has got the correct answer though for you. Get both. But if you can only afford one, go with the 270 in my opinion. I don't think you can go wrong. I have a 270 Tikka. I hadn't shot it yet, but you know, it's a good gun. You know, so All right, there you go. If you're recoil sensitive, get the 270. A hot, well-placed shot is better than a missed Magnum. Yeah, there's that for sure. In that particular gun. Now, if you go with something like a Savage 110 Hunter model with the AccuFit stock and all that stuff, you can fit the stock to yourself and get a 300 then if you want a 300. You know, it also depends on what ammo you can find in your area. So whatever ammo you can find in your area, get that one. If there's a ton of 300 Win Mag on the shelf and no 270, okay, you buy the 300 Win Mag right now. There's a ton of 270, no 300 Win Mag, which is what it's. It is more 270 up here than there is 300 Win Mag, and both are rare right now. Then you get the 270, whatever it is. That's one thing. Evening, LW Road, another Alaskan channel here. He's one you should feature, Clover Tack. So everybody go subscribe to him. So all right, yeah, get a Boyd stock on it. There you go. Yeah, it's a good little thing. If you
laminate stock can make all the difference in the world.
Oh yeah. See, he's talking about his MR and his shadow systems here. Caleb Millis, a well grip stipple grip tape feels like it's literally a Glock on steroids. Picked up for $7.99 used. The guy took it home and didn't like it. Says never fired. They did have a few issues with those guns, so make sure you go fire it a bunch. So I'm 5'8". Okay, Darth Yogi, you and I are the same height, so we're both 5'8". So at least that's what it says on football. I do plan on coming to Alaska. If you're coming to Alaska to hunt, the 270 will do anything you want it to, unless you're coming for brown bear, in which case 300 Win Mag is. Some guides won't take you with a 300 Win Mag. You need a 338 or above. So that being said, that's that. Yeah, there we go. LW Renault, fishing game is very responsive to California to bear calls by homeowners. They will trank it, tag it, and relocate it. There you go. All right. So Mario Mosen, what's up, brother? Good to see you in the house. All right. I love 270 Federal Prime Layer, Nosler 150 flash shooter. There you go. You can get that thing going 29.50. It's a heck of a round right there.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to life or death, you won't feel the recoil. No, but you will if you have that 300 Win Mag and it scopes you every time. It wasn't the recoil itself. It's getting scoped because the stock is too short on me. And now that he brings this up, I almost had to use that in self-defense. I almost had to use that rifle in self-defense. My brother and I were camping up along the Richardson Highway, and we found a place to camp and a place to go look for bears and stuff like that in the spring. And we were walking up there, and he was going to sleep. It was midnight, but it was still like it was July 4th. It was midnight in the middle of Alaska, so it still looked like it was 7:30 in the evening, right? And so I was walking down this road. I walked several hundred yards from our camp to cook dinner because when I go camping, I have to cook everything. I can't, from raw ingredients. So because of my celiac and IBS disease, I got to eat so organic, no wheat, dairy, gluten, soy, and all that crap, And so I'm sitting there, and my dog is with us. She alerts to something in the woods and looked up, staring at it, and I never saw it for a long time. And all of a sudden, 10 yards out of the woods, as close as my front door is to me right now, which is probably 20 feet or less, here comes a mama moose and her calf, and she is staring me down. Now, in Anchorage, I wouldn't worry that much. I just back away slowly because the moose are kind of used to people. They still stomp you every once in a while here, but that's that. I'm way outside the city where the moose aren't used to people. So, and I'm telling Maggie to stay, and I have the neck of this moose with a 300 Win Mag at point blank range. I have the 300 Win Mag on her neck, and I'm looking, and I'm kind of looking with this eye, and she turns around. So I didn't have to do it. So There you go. So come on, 270 worse kicking than my 06. My oldest daughter has been shooting 270 accents since she was 12 and never bothered her. All right, there you go. All right, Clover Tacket. Sounds like Cherry City Guns and Ammo. Also a good channel. You should feature on that thing. Looks like he's throwing you under the bus. You need a 75
I
ton
didn't say worse. I said it irritates me. I didn't say it was worse. Not what I said. I'm talking about the impulse. There's a difference about with how much one recoils and the type of impulse it is.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. I agree. All right.
But when you say that, it's not the first time. People are going to throw you shade when you say that. So I'm prepared for it.
Yeah. He's a good guy though. So he's.
Oh yeah.
There we go. All right, he's got a good channel. So he was on here last week. I don't know if you were. He's been on here before.
Yeah, he's the one that likes. He's the one that likes to play Hickok on the loop in the background. So I'm
yeah,
him.
Yeah, there we go. That's what everybody knows him for. There you go.
He should play his own videos in the background. That's what he should do, right?
Yeah. Or play yours and mine.
Well, that would work too. Yeah.
Yeah. So especially all the monetized ones, and just keep looping them, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. 30-06 gets it done. There we go. Been scoped more than once, and it hurts. I've been scoped twice. Once by a 270. That was actually the hardest kicking rifle I've ever shot, as far as its impulse, because it was that Remington titanium one. You know, that one that came out, it was like 4.5 pounds. And it was set up for a youth shooter, and I got scoped. And because the scope was so far back and I put my head so far forward, and it went straight back, and it was right against my shoulder. So
yeah,
that was the hardest kicking gun I've ever felt, because it was a 4.5 pound 270. And you're right, it was the impulse. Like it doesn't physically kick more than my 338 Win Mag or my 7mm Win Mag. It's just that light of gun it might, but it's the type of recoil. It's a little bit sharper than you expected. So, but yeah. But Prone Wolf here says recoil is subjective. That what is too much for some is fine for others. There you go, and that's the truth. So yeah, the old 721 Remington. There you go.
You have to shoot a variety of stuff before you really start comprehending recoil. You know, whether it's handgun or long gun, either one. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Caleb was saying oil the crap out of it. Back to his shadow systems there. Yeah. There you go. At Clover Tag, one time I play Hickok and I never live it down. There you
go. It only takes one time with me, man. I'm telling you right now, I'll ride that forever. So, so you know.
Gunpowder Beauty, what is up? It's good to see you in the house. Been a while. So, anyway, I guess there's not a whole lot left to talk about other than 6.5 Creedmoor. I am a fan. So I'm a fanboy now, and I am not a soy boy hippie type man bun wearing like all the stereotypes say, but it is it knocks a caribou slap over at 282 yards, sledgehammered her. So, yep, all you 6.5 Creedmoor haters out there. All right, sorry guys. All right, their other rounds are fine. There's nothing wrong with 30-06. Like I'm not saying the 6.5 Creedmoor is better than 270. It's better than 25-06, I think. It's not as flat shooting as 25-06, but it's got a better ballistic coefficient. It keeps its energy. It's got better energy at 200 yards than the 25-06 does at 200 yards. And I'm not talking about stretching it out there, way out there to get better energy like you do with the 30-06 or 270 at 700, 800, 900 yards or whatever. I'm talking about at 200 yards, 6.5 Creedmoor beats 25-06. So, and the bullets stay together better because they're, heavier bullets, generally speaking. So there is that. So, all right. So anyway, I've got to go. So I love everybody here. But my kid's screaming, so I'm going to have to get him right now. So, all right, guys, take care. God bless. We'll see you at the range. If I can hit the right buttons here. Good night, everybody.